Okay, it's time to do chapter 2. Chapter 4, sorry. Chapter 4 is going to be longer. Alright. Chapter 4. A few hours later, Raintail decided to go looking for Buttertail, and after about 15 minutes, she found him. Buttertail, she meowed, running to him. You shouldn't be here. What if Firestar finds out? He was still looking down. He was still looking down, too sad to even look at Buttertail. I was just planning on possibly helping you, she meowed, a little ashamed of what she said. Why would you do that? You're not planning on killing Moontail, right? He meowed. I know, but I'm just worried if I don't go with you, I will never see you again. She looked at the ground, very, very ashamed. You sure you want to do this? Buttertail asked, staring at Raintail intensely. I'm sure, she meowed. My mentor did not teach me battle moves, mainly just hunting, so how will I be able to take Moontail on? He asked, both to Raintail and to himself. I know a lot of battling skills, Raintail meowed, putting her tail around him. Raintail, I just don't want you to help, Buttertail meowed. I can teach you battling moves, though, she meowed, getting frustrated. No, I do not want help, Buttertail hissed loudly. Well, I'm gonna help you anyway, Raintail hissed back. He saw Buttertail unsheath his claws. Please, just let me help you, Raintail begged. No, Buttertail screeched and pounced on her. Buttertail, stop, she screeched, her eyes wide with shock. Buttertail hissed back. I do not want help. If you want to help someone, go help Firestar. Raintail pounced on her brother. I will help you fight and you will deal with that, she screeched at him. Buttertail finally gave in and said, Fine, you can help me. Just only teach me battle moves. Raintail, satisfied with that response, showed him a good place to train. Why a kitty pet place? Buttertail asked. So if one battles us, we will stand a chance, she meowed back. She saw many kitty pets glaring at them, murmuring stuff like, Why are there wildcats here? What are they doing here? And after a few days of training, Buttertail decided he would take on Moontail. He sneaked into ShadowClan territory, shaking when he thought of what might happen if he gets caught. Went to an area he assumed she would be. Moontail did tell him once that was her favorite area to rest. Then he saw Moontail. Her dark coat glimmered and made her look purple. She was looking down on the ground, looking very sad. Why is clan life so hard? She meowed furiously. Why is clan life so hard? Sorry, I just had to re-say that. Buttertail sneaked up on her and pounced on her secretly. She screeched in pain, twirling around to see what pounced on her. You! She hissed. Yep, it's me, coming for revenge, Buttertail hissed back. So you really think you can fight me? She meowed, her one eye burning with rage. Actually, yes I do, he hissed back. Well, I accept the challenge, Moontail hissed. Moontail unsheathed her claws and ran towards Buttertail. Buttertail rushed out of the way and clawed her face. Buttertail meowed in pain and jumped on Buttertail. Buttertail felt her sharp claws going through his fur. He screeched in pain and knocked her off him. She fell on her side and jumped back up. She ran towards him so fast he didn't have time to react. She pounced and pinned Buttertail to the ground. I will beat you, she screeched and bit at his eye. He saw crimson blood dripping down his eye and felt the sharp pain of being blinded. He screeched the loudest he had ever have. He could see Moontail smiling. You will pay for this. I will try and make it a slow, miserable death, he hissed and bit at Moontail's throat. Moontail's eyes grew wide with fear, anger, and pain as he pinned her to the ground and started choking her. He let go, not wanting her to die just yet, and said to her, Let me get this small piece of wood. He got the random piece of wood he found and looked at her with evil eyes. Goodbye, Moontail. He meowed and stabbed her with and stabbed her with the wood. Moontail stared at him in shock and managed to meow some last words. And managed to choke some last words. I hate you, and will always haunt you, even after death. She could not meow another word before she died. Chapter 5. Chapter 5. Fox Encounter. Chapter 5. Rachel woke up and yawned. There was not much to do since her brother left. She decided next night she would sneak out to try and find him. She knew where his favorite spot was. She got a plump mouse from the fresh kale pie and started to eat it pretty quickly. Raintail? Buttertail meowed to her. What is it? She meowed back. Do you like to see Fernberry's new kits? Berryheart replied. Sure. Raintail meowed and walked with Berryheart. Right next to Fernberry, there were 2 tabby kittens. They are marvelous, Raintail meowed. Thanks, Fernberry answered. What did you name them? Raintail asked. They aren't named yet, but I am thinking of them right now, Fernberry replied happily. Berryheart looked down at the kits, very proud of the new kits. I'll check back on you later, Raintail meowed and walked away from Fernberry and her kits. She was bored and decided to watch the apprentices Sorrowpaw and Moonpaw play for entertainment. You guys are gonna rip each other's tails off if you keep on playing this hard, she meowed to the apprentices. The apprentices ignored her and kept on playing. Raintail, will you watch Sorrowpaw, please? Will you watch Sorrowpaw, please? Hotleaf asked her. Sure, Raintail answered. Sorrowpaw and Moonpaw, do you want to go on hunting patrol with us? Honeytail asked. Sure, Sorrowpaw and Moontail replied. Raintail shrugged. Knowing it was not her fault that Sorrowpaw was leaving, she decided to take a nap to pass time. She was woken up about an hour later with a prod on the head. Raintail, would you like to go on a hunting patrol with us? Raintail opened her eyes to see Berryheart and Dockheart. Sure, Raintail answered, stretching. They explored the open forest until Dawnheart heard a shake in the leaves. I got it, Dawnheart meowed, crouching. All of a sudden they saw a fox run and get the mouse. They all jumped back, very startled. The fox glared at them and ran away into the forest. Oh my goodness! Raintail hissed as the rabbit ran away. We need to tell Firestar right now. Berryheart meowed in fear. Okay. Chapter 5. Raintail woke up in the night and came to look for Buttertail. She knew he wouldn't... Well, it's actually Chapter 6. Sorry. She knew he would probably be at the big rock outside their clans or the kitty pet area. She looked at the rock, but she didn't see him, so she decided to check the kitty pet place. She saw him staring down next to the road. Buttertail! Raintail meowed to her brother, her eyes widening when she saw one of his eyes scratched up and blinded. Raintail, hi! Buttertail meowed to her sister. She started running across the road. All of a sudden, she saw a fast monster coming right towards her. She stared in horror as the monster went towards her. She ran, trying to escape the monster. She felt the monster bump into her hard. The monster stopped and a 2-leg ran out. The 2-leg started saying weird stuff and went back to her monster and kept on going. Buttertail stared in horror and tears started to well in her eyes. Raintail! He screeched, running towards her sister. He could still hear her heart pumping, but he guessed she had broken many bones. He lay down next to her sister, crying very hard. After a few hours, he was still resting next to her. He was only forced to move when a monster came towards him. He pushed Raintail out of the way, kept on resting next to her, still crying. He knew that there was probably only one way to save Braintail. He looked down. He knew he had to tell ThunderClan. He really did not want to. He walked to ThunderClan to tell them, but he could not leave ThunderClan like this, Braintail like this for long, so he ran. He walked in the ThunderClan camp and cringed when he saw cats glaring at him. He walked to a leader's den and meowed, "Hello, Firestar." Braintail stared at him with wide eyes. "Buttertail, what are you doing here?" he meowed, sounding both angry and puzzled. "Buttertail, what are you doing here?" "Sorry." Braintail's hurt," he hissed. Braintail's eyes grew very wide. "Show me," he meowed, trying to sound brave and like a leader. Buttertail led Firestar to Raintail. When Fireheart saw Raintail, he looked terrified. "Great Star Clan, I need to get the medicine cat," Firestar hissed, running back into the camp. Buttertail sat by his sister, relieved that Fireheart was showing just as much concern as he did. He waited for about 10 minutes and saw Firestar trotting back with the medicine cat, Blackfur, who looked very scared when she saw it. "Dear Star Clan, I'll bring her back in camp. Is she alive?" she asked. She is alive, but barely," Buttertail murmured back. He saw Blackfur and Firestar try to wake Raintail up and walked away slowly. He was happy his sister was alive, but his job was done and Raintail would be fine. He started to think about ThunderClan. "Why am I the one who gets exiled when Moontail was the one who betrayed me?" he thought angrily. He hissed, just thinking about it. "I have gotten revenge on Moontail. Now should I get revenge on ThunderClan?" he thought to himself. Chapter 6, and that is where I'm going to end the video. I will have part 3 soon. I just need to take a break from making the audiobooks.